wrappers or medicine wrappers. Some of the specially prints she folded were made from the wrappers of new medicine that was donated by an elder company. For the more than 1,000 papers, she could not overcome her disease. She died of leukemia on October 22, 1955. A funeral was held a few days later, but the family was poor and did not have enough money for a tomb. After the funeral, many of Sadako's friends decided to help raise money for a memorial in Sadako's memory. Several days after the funeral, Sadako's friends heard that a conference of high school principals was being held in Hiroshima. Sadako's friends worked hard to print out a leaflet to distribute at the meeting. They hoped that the principals could help them raise money for Sadako's memorial. For 2.5 years, Sadako's classmates worked hard on a fundraising campaign to raise money and support to build a memorial in honor of Sadako and all of the children who died from the atomic bombings. On May 5, 1958, the Children's Peace Monument was unveiled in the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. The statue of the young girl holding up the crane is now viewed around the world as a symbol of peace. Since 1958, many people from around the world, including thousands of students, have visited the Children's Peace Monument. Visitors have witnessed the annual release of dance to commemorate the anniversary of the atomic bomb. Many others have folded and sent strings of origami cranes to Hiroshima as a symbol of peace. In the early 2000s, Sadako Sasaki's older brother, Masahiro Sasaki, decided to donate 5 of Sadako's original origami cranes to 5 continents. He hoped that Sadako's kokoro, or spirit, could be shared with others. After the tragic events of September 11, the Japan Society of New York invited Masahiro to New York City. He chose to place one of Sadako's most precious origami cranes at the Tribute World Trade Center Visitor Center at Ground Zero because of the devastating event that occurred there. The origami crane is a symbol of the Sasaki family's hopes for compassion and peace, and, importantly, a lasting symbol of Sadako's life. Sadako folded origami cranes to keep her spirit and hopes alive. Today, Sadako's cranes have inspired a small ripple of hope for peace that has grown and spread around the world. If you enjoyed this read aloud, how about you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss the next episode? And why don't you listen to another great read aloud where books for children come alive? Bye-bye.
Okay, so first of all, how old was she? Raise your hand, please. How old was she when the drum was played? 2. So, do you remember how old she was when she got sick? Yes.
11.
And then, what were the cranes about? Like, what were they supposed to be about? Someone knew. Yes? You could wish for something, and of course you wished what? Yes.
That she would be healthy again?
That she would be healthy again. Did that happen?
No,
Sadly, no. But did it lift her spirits up?
Yeah.
And gave her some hope and gave her some peace, right? So it served a purpose. What did she make her origami cranes from? Someone knew.
The presents that she got, like the paper and like the wrap, and the paper around like the medicine bottle.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Right. So do you have to have special paper?
no.
No, not really, but we will have origami paper. Yeah, so what was my next question? Oh, bless you. So, after she passes away, they build a memorial for her, right? The children's, what is it called? The Children's Memorial Monument? That was it. Yes,
They've been building it for 2 years.
okay, all right, and then how do they get the money for that?
They raised their own company.
Not exactly,
They did a campaign.
sort of. Yes,
They went to the school and then they were passing out things to save up money to buy a funeral for her.
right, because was she able to have a regular funeral?
No.
No, because the family put the money for it, right? So the community and friends and family were able to get the money for it. Remember guys, that this is before internet, this is before Google, this was before, GoFundMe, all that stuff, right? That they were able to get that done. Yes? Oh, I thought you had. So now tell me, what did her brother you do with her origami cranes? Yes? He donated them to 5 different cities. And what did he donate, or where did he donate the one for the US? Yes.
New York.
New York, and why? Yes. Because of 9/11, so he donated right at ground zero. What did he hope that these cranes would represent for people and spread around? Yes. Peace and basically, have you guys heard of the word compassion before? Okay. What do we mean by compassion? Yes.
You make friends, how you be together.
True, very true, yes.
You got a dream or something, then you complete your dream or something.
Sort of, okay, yes. All right, so raise your hand if you've ever had a friend get hurt or sick. Okay. Did you feel bad for them? Did you wish them to get better? Have you ever done anything to help a friend?
Yes.
Okay, that's showing compassion. So you don't, it might not be something that you yourself have experienced, but you feel compassion, you feel empathy for that person. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So this next video is very short, but this is a cartoon version of the story, the true story we just watched, but it's without words, which I think is very powerful in a way. And at the end, I want your interpretation of what happens and what the story is actually about, because of course it takes a little bit of creative license with the story, but it's based on the story. Okay, so you'll see what I'm talking about. So just a quick watch. Alright, so I have watched this multiple times, and I'm gonna tell you that the ending for me, I have changed my interpretation of the ending multiple times. But anyway, so just so you know, the person at the very end is her brother. Remember in the actual story, they talked about her brother, right? So that was supposed to be her brother. But first of all, raise your hand too. What do you think happened? Someone new? Someone who hasn't raised their hand yet? Yes. Okay, well, her brother lived, but she ended up being sick from it, right? So she was the one who was crying. So what do you think happened?
I think her brother
Lost her, right? She passed away. And then what happened when she passed away? What do you think?
The thing that she's currently flying on, that flying into the window or something?
Okay, so the crane did end up flying through the window to the brother, yes?
Like she was like,
Okay, I'm gonna have to move you again. Go ahead.
like they were like with God, and then like that individual like bad to see like come down, and then it's fly in the window, and her brother picked it up and put it on her picture.
Right, on the altar with all her things, the memorial. So, okay, guys, so does she die?
Yes.
Yes. And then the crane takes her to the afterlife, right? Okay. And then she looks down, and what does she see when she looks down? Yes.
Her home.
Okay, her home, and what else does she see? Yes.
What's it called? I forgot the word to what it is. Come back to me.
Okay, yes. That the brother was sad. So what does she do? Does she want to comfort her brother?
Yes.
And so what does she do? Someone new, yes. Well, go ahead.
The crane.
She sends the crane. This is the part that I find interesting. So it makes sense that she sends the crane back, right? But it goes through that cloud, and then it turns into a flat sheet of paper again. We talked about how once you crinkle up paper, can you get rid of that crinkle again? No, not so much, right? So, but when you see the paper, is it like new? Okay, so this is my latest thought. I've thought different things, but maybe it turned into, because I was like, why did it turn to a flat sheet of paper? Why didn't it just say a crane, right? But my thinking is maybe it's because it's like, I'm blemished, I'm scarred, whole, healed, and it's a message saying I'm okay. What do you guys think? What did you think before I said anything? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good. Anybody else? Yes.
Probably the evaporation from the clouds or something.
Yeah, the moisture, right, would affect it, yes.
I thought like the way it like flatten out so like it can like get to the thing to get to the
Okay. All right, so the next story we're going to read about is, again, this is factual. So this woman, she's an older Japanese woman, please put that away. She's an older Japanese woman who had a hard life as a child, and you're going to see why. And she takes what she went through as a child and turns it into something else. And I don't really want to tell you more than that, But I do want you to do this one thing when you watch this video. Because this is the video I like the best. Because the things she says, I can relate to. And the things she says, I think she says a lot of really wise things. So when she's talking about her philosophy of origami and her life and everything, I want you to think of the thing, like, seize on that quote or seize on that thought that hits you the most, that you can relate to the most. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, she was talking about how her life was difficult and everything. And I guess in some ways I can relate to this because when I was in 6th grade, just so you know, I went to so many elementary schools, I can't even count. I don't even know how many. Because sometimes I moved twice in 1 year. But I ended up in this one school in 6th grade in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I still hate that place. Turns out my whole family hated it. I didn't realize that. But when I was very shy and very quiet, didn't ever cause any trouble because I moved around all the time and I was shy and quiet. Just a moment, let me finish. And I was badly bullied. Like the whole school bullied me. And back then, your parents didn't go talk to the teachers. And back then, even if they did talk to the teachers didn't care and whatever. So my mom actually went. My mom, who's like this nice, sweet woman, right? Who doesn't normally speak up, went to talk to the teacher about the fact that I was coming home crying all the time. This is pre-social media. And she went, and the teacher told her basically that I deserved it.
What?
Can you imagine having a teacher saying that you deserve to be bullied? So that's the only time, because I was brought up, you never hit, you never fight, blah, 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 blah. That's the only time my mom told me to do something, but we moved before I could do anything. So then we moved to Florida, and I loved Florida. But the thing is it affected me so strongly that it went into my adult life. Like, it changed me being bullied like that. Does anyone know anyone? You don't have to raise your hand, but think about anyone you know. This is why it's so important. Because it really for a long time. So that is the thing that when I was a little bit guys and I was talking about bullying, that is why I am so freaking about it. To the point where I witnessed it happen one time, and that person looked me in the face after I was telling him. Like, my student who I thought was being bullied never had a problem with that kid ever again. I'm just no. So anyway, I want you to think about what hits you about this, because she says a lot of cool things, all right? And then we're going to watch and look at all the really cool origami that if you were like a professional, you can make.
Just a piece of paper in front of me. My fingers itch, my eyes dance. Slowly, point to point, line to line. Folding, unfolding, opening, closing, sliding, turning, and creasing. Each decision made with tips of my fingers, pleasing to my eyes, encouraging to my heart. 2 dimension to 3 dimension, death to life, vision realized. We have a tradition in Japan, when somebody is sick, we make 1,000 cranes to wish him or her well. So as a human being, most of us want to be valuable, useful, and we want to contribute to a better society. I'm using origami to interact with children, they come from very difficult background. I had also painful memory as a child. My father was quite strict with money, so I was always wearing like hand-me-down. I felt like everybody knew what I was wearing, and I was very embarrassed. I felt like I was only poor child, and I used to get called beggar. So those memories were very hurtful. I can't change the past, but because of that painful memory, I can relate to children who are sad. I'm able to use that painful memory for something better. Teaching origami, what I want to create is that awareness that our situation can transform, just like a paper. When you have a sad memory, it's a scar that remains in your heart, and it's the same as paper. Once you crease it, it remains, it never goes away. But you can use that line to make another shape. So in a way, it's necessary to have that line. The paper is a metaphor for life. You only have one piece of paper, like you only have one life. So you make a use of what lines and points they are, and we can create something out of what you got. We all have infinite potential. Hopefully the children will also be inspired that, okay, this old person, not very good housewife, but she can still do something. I want them to have the sense of hope. They are part of something good, something better, something valuable. When I do origami, like 1,000 cranes, what I've learned is that we do bit by bit. If everybody does a little bit, we can make a difference. Not one person doing 1,000 cranes, but if 100 people, it's only 10 each. So then we can make the world better. If 1,000 people, one crane and 1,000 cranes. So that's a collective effort, and I think I believe in that every day, little by little. Thanks.
All right, so what did she say that hit you the most? Yes.
That, like, if everybody does bit by bit, like, they can get it done more faster to, like, help more people.
Exactly, and that you see that in everyday life and society, where a group of people will organize to help other people out. If it's just one person, it's hard to do, but you get a bunch of people, and it's doable. What else? What did you get? Last part? Okay, what about you, Benjamin? You've been quiet. Really? Okay. What about you? You. No? What about you?
I think it was what she said, you can't change the past, but you can, but you can't change the past. And then she said something after that.
Okay. So, yeah.
When she said, I think it's because she said,
Exactly. You can take, even though it's creased, kind of like a scar, you know, you can't get rid of scars, but you can turn it into something good, something beautiful, something new. Okay? Okay, you guys are not sin together again. So one of the things that she said to me, like I heard her say, I don't know if you guys picked it up, where she said, everybody wants to be useful. Did you hear her say that? Everyone wants to be useful, everyone wants to contribute, and have a positive, you know, positively to society and to other people. And I thought about that because I was like, does everyone really want that? But I even think that sometimes people who don't necessarily act the way they should act, I think part of that is them not knowing how to, like them needing to be needed and needing to be useful, but not knowing how to do it. Does that make sense? Okay, and so I really like that, the idea that people want to be useful, people want to be, you know, and that's like part of how you feel part of something. Am I making sense? Okay. All right, enough of that. Let's go and look at some more professional looking origami than what we're going to be doing. Yes, you can. All right, so obviously it can get very, very, very technical. I'm going to just tell you, I like them all, but I would say that, and it's not necessarily my favorite animal, but I love, love, love the beetle because of all that details. Because when I first saw it, it looked real to me.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it was alive. Like if you compare that beetle to one just like it, like a live one, they would look like almost identical, except one is alive and one's not. Does that make sense? Okay. And then, I mean, I like them all, but of course, I like the cat, even though it was the first one. I like the cat. I'm a dog person. I like the dog. I like them all. Which ones did you like, Benjamin?
I really like the lion.
Because of the detail in it? Okay, what about you?
I like the snake because it's my favorite reptile.
Very cool. Yeah, I like snakes too. Yes.
The dragon.
The dragon's very cool.
The swan.
The what?
The swan.
Yeah, that's nice.
I
What about
like
you?
the eagle.
The eagle coming in like that? Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like the piano.
The piano, all the detail.
I like the lion.
The violin's very cool.
I like the lion because it's my favorite animal.
I love the lion. Mm-hmm. Anybody else have a strong opinion on it? Okay, yes. Okay, that's separate from this. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some of the ones we've made in previous years. Because we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna tell you which ones are easier versus which ones are harder, and because we only really have a couple of days, maybe we can squeeze out a couple more days, we might be able to do more. But this tulip is like medium level, maybe not very beginning level, but it's not the hardest. It's 2 parts. This is one of the ones that people who have never made origami tends to make, because most people were successful making this bird, and in the link that I give you, it's called Easy Bird, because it's one of the easier ones to do. Then we have, okay, there's the bird. Oh, so this one I would say is more on the advanced to medium advanced. Only a couple of people have even made one, and this person was nice enough to leave this one behind for me. So the hummingbird is not for a beginner, but a lot of people, especially last year, I had a ton of kids who have made origami before, so we did more advanced stuff. This has, don't judge this because it's gotten squished in my stuff, but we've made some dragonflies. Okay, the dragonfly, I would say, is medium 2. It's not one of the easiest. For some reason, I don't necessarily think this is the easiest, but this is the one that most people make. It's the jumping frog. The jumping frog is, the thing about the jumping frog is a lot of times it looks all pretty, like this one looks pretty. But if you don't do the very last part right, it looks pretty, but it doesn't necessarily jump. So this one doesn't jump quite like it's supposed to. It flips, but it doesn't really jump. So the ending is like so I give bonus points for being able to make it jump right, because you can make it look good, but it doesn't always jump right. I don't have an example on me. I don't know where it went, but the butterfly is one of the ones that most people make, because the butterfly is another one that's pretty easy to make. So like if you've never done origami, it's probably what I would recommend to be the first one that you make. And then maybe after that, the bird or the frog. But one of the reasons why we work in groups, so tomorrow you'll be working in groups, is because I try to pair someone who's actually done it before with at least one person in the group has done it before, and that way someone who's never done it is with someone who's done origami before. Does that make sense? But you're going to get to choose. I have a whole bunch of links for a whole bunch of different styles. So you get to choose how to do it. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. But for today, pack it up. Yep. Technically no, but if it's an emergency, go ahead. Oh, you're done. Okay. Put some string on it. And let me get my grade book out so I can give you credit for it. Is anyone else ready to turn theirs in? Okay. So if you haven't turned in your courses, you have 2 more days after today to turn it in. So you got to finish it up at home. And it is a quiz day. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, right there. Yes, I did.
This whole time. You're recording this one. It's Tuesday. It's a good day because now. This whole time. I've been recording this whole time. It's a good day because it's Tuesday and I haven't got football practice today. I got football practice today. And my bus is right there. My bus is literally not.
And there's C. Now one is up. N is maybe C. She want me to hold you back. Cause I can, because they didn't stay with me. They never waited for us, man. If you weren't out there like that, they would leave you behind. And here, they give you guys a long time to get on the bus. That's good. So when she announces it, you don't have to wait. That's awesome. Hopefully, I would love for her to take care of it. There were times last year where all of us came. Well, there's always one daughter. Oh, that's right. Yep, exactly. Okay, so if you are turning your food today, come up here so I can give you credit. If you're ready to turn in your food, come up here so I can give you credit. Bring this home. You gotta do tail, you gotta do eyes, and you gotta finish up the hand. So guys, what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna run out of these tags, is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring home some like twine from home and like tie knots and put one on and then tie another knot, put one on, tie another knot, put one on so that I can hang them. You see how I use these hooks to hang things from the ceiling? I was thinking, I don't know how well it's gonna work though. Maybe what I'll do is just put the twine on the pegs, but if I have the twine, we can hang more up than how many pegs are there. How do you think I should do it? Like that? And then just have the twine go like this?
Good afternoon. I hope that you had a fabulous day, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. At this time, it is time to go home. You may be dismissed. Football, you may be dismissed.
Oh, wow.
Football may be dismissed. And we have
They say softball can go?
442.
And you're volleyball, right?
72. But 465, riding on 268.
I know football can go.
We have bus 480. 439. Our bus is late. 361.
Alright, so the rest of you guys that ain't calling yet. Okay,
And bus 413.
Oh, yeah, you're working color.
Also bus 391. And bus 390.
Yeah, I can't believe you made this.
Oh, hallelujah. He wasn't that late.
Are you on the board? Awesome, bye. Okay, good night. Thank you. Hey! How are you and the girls? Do you get to see the girls out that much?
Yeah, I still have to pick him up all the time.
Oh, you do?
Everybody wants to
Send them my love. I love that. Oh, you did it yesterday. Is this a different one? Okay, I'm smart. I see. I know, you know what? It's just you're going to be in time to say it, and then hopefully
Last call for bus 442, 372, 465 on 258, 480, 439, 366, 361, 457, 413, and 392. 329 is actually not there.
Okay, you guys are finally free. Hold on, let me see if I can get permission. Hold on. Wait, where's 331? 331 audio. Who's on? on camera, Brody. You on camera, Brody. You on camera, Brody. What?
Who is this?
Bro, I know you. Bro, I thought that was your brother. You look at Yeah, y'all do look alike, bro. That's the crazy thing about it, bro. Jacob, why the fuck are you sending me videos? You're on camera, my friend. You're on camera. Who the fuck is that nigga? Even though he ain't even black.